The Dream Stealer. In the year 3000, on an alien planet, three towering walls were built, dividing the planet into three sectors based on wealth: the rich, the commoners, and the poor. Light is the most crucial resource on the planet, and prolonged exposure to darkness leads to disease. However, the never-ending supply of light belongs only to the rich, and the unfair allocation not only makes the poor live in a terrible environment, but also makes the rich consequently lose the ability to sleep. Among the rich, different classes are divided by wealth, with the king being the ultimate symbol of prosperity. Possessing light means having power, which grants both health and control over the light. To make up for his sleep loss, the king initiated a new form of interaction with the commoners. Commoners earn their light by selling dreams, a practice known as dream trading among them. On the outskirts of the planet, the poor suffer from a lack of light, with disease running rampant. In response, Zack, who comes from the slums, leads the poor to steal the dreams that commoners intend to trade, sneaking across the walls to sell the stolen dreams for light. Under his leadership, they sneak into trucks that are about to cross the walls to sell dreams, secretly selling a portion of the dreams to the more vulnerable nobles. This earns some light for the slums, significantly improving their quality of life. They call themselves the Dream Stealers.
Follow me, my friends.
Say Zack.
It's our time to sell some dreams and light the darkness of our life.
At some point, a partner asked.
Why don't we just sell our dreams?
Zack replies.
We live such hard life, so our dreams are all nightmares. Do you think those rich people want nightmares? This is why we have to sell dreams.
Zack says. Since the wall between the poor and the rich serves as a middle station for dream-carrying trucks, these trucks stop there, waiting for people from the rich district to come and check for potential bad dreams. The people who check this dream are the weakest in the rich district, the fallen nobles, whom the king also suppresses. Because they are weak, they often don't get enough dreams, unable to stand it any longer. These fallen nobles decide to cooperate with Zack and his group. While Zack steals dreams, they also buy dreams from them. That is how Zack is able to steal dreams. Their robbery works like this. First, they split into three small teams, each team with a specific role. The first team is responsible for protection. The second team steals the dreams. And the third team observes the situation and watches for guards. They have their secret signals for communication. Then, they choose to act in the middle of the night because it is still dark in the poor district and visibility is poor. Zack team is the one that steals the dreams. After the third team gives the signal, they act. At this point, the fallen nobles send the driver away to rest, allowing Zack and his team to steal the dreams from the truck. This cooperation lasts for a while, and Zack managed to improve the quality of life in the poor district. But good times do not last forever. One day, everything changed. Since Zack, the dream thief, began stealing dreams, life in the slums improved slightly. However, the residents at the middle station noticed that the number of dreams they receive had been gradually decreasing. As a result, they began to lose access to light. and disease started spreading. The residents gathered to discuss the issue and decided to seek help from the village chef. The village chef's son, Jack, thought hard about how to address the problem. He suggests talking directly to the dream thief. When Jack finally met Zack, he said,
Zack, do you know that by selling these dreams, you are taking away the light the other needs to survive? This is wrong.
Zack replied firmly.
If I don't steal these drinks, the slums will never recover. We have nothing else to rely on.
Jack then warned him.
But if the king finds out about your cooperation with the fallen nobles, you could face severe punishment. Have you thought about what would happen to your people if you're caught?
Zack looked away but admitted,
I know the risk, but I have no other choice. My people are suffering, and this is the only way I can help them.
After a moment of silence, Jack suggests a different approach.
What if we work together? Instead of stealing, we can find a way for both the middle station and the slums to regain their light.
Zack hesitated but saw a glimmer of hope in Jack's proposal. They both knew it would be a dangerous mission, but it was the only chance to change the fate of their people. As Zack and Jack began to put their plan into action, they understood that their journey will be filled with challenges. Starting from the slums, they decided to move at night, disguising themselves as wealthy citizens to cross into the rich district. The narrow paths they took were dark and unfamiliar, but they kept moving forward, buoyed by their shared goal. When they finally crossed the towering walls, they were struck by the stark contrast. One side was filled with despair and poverty, while the other was illuminated with bright light and luxury buildings. Jack couldn't help but feel overwhelmed by the injustice. He whispered,
How can they have so much while we have nothing?
Zack, however, remained focused, knowing they couldn't afford to get distracted. As they approached the city gates, guards stopped them. Jack, thought nervous, found the courage to explain their purpose.
We have urgent matters to discuss with the king,
he said. Inside the city, Zack and Jack were amazed by the grand architecture and the vibrant markets. For a moment, they felt small and out of place. But Zack reminded Jack of their mission.
Don't forget why we are here. We must do this for everyone back home.
When they reached the King's Palace, the guards at the door led them into a vast gilded hall. The sight was both intimidating and awe-inspiring. The sound of their footsteps echoed as they walked toward the throne, where the king sat and was surrounded by advisors. Jack's heart pounded as he stepped forward. After meeting with the king, they explained their purpose for being there, and expressed their hope to discuss a solution that would be acceptable to both parties. The king was open-minded and willing to listen, and he decided to engage in a discussion with them. They talked about the current plight of the slums. Many people were sick, and their lives were becoming increasingly difficult. They felt compelled to ask for the king's help. They said,
If the gap between the rich and the poor continues to widen, it will destabilize the social structure in the future.
Helping the poor will contribute to the stability of society and prevent them from trying to enter wealthy areas and disrupt the social order out of desperation.
Next, they added,
The wealthy have the most resources on the planet and should assume social responsibilities.
By sharing a light source, the king and the rich can earn the respect of both the common people and the poor. This will help enhance the king's prestige and help reduce class conflicts.
After listening to their concerns, the king replied,
I agree with your perspective. Regardless of how the common people and the poor obtain light, I will ensure they have access to the necessary resource to live.
Then the king proposed a mechanism to allow the wealthy area to gain returns through resources allocation. He suggests that the poor could earn light by providing labor or original product in exchange for it. If the poor have access to light, they will be more willing to invest in creative industry, which could foster greater social innovation. After a long discussion, the king and the representative reached an agreement. Gradually, the life of the poor improved, and the rich earned the respect of both the common people and the poor.